My friends, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are doing great. We're gonna talk about money today. Why not? Break down how I make money, give you guys all the secrets. Don't charge you for a $3,000 course like some other people try to do. We're just gonna talk about it, give you guys all the information. Also, if you're just clicking on this video and the video just dropped, you actually get a free plugin from me and Waves. It's called the One Knob Wetter plugin. Click the link down below. It's only for a couple of days, so if you're late, I'm sorry. But be sure to follow me on Instagram. I do this like once a year where I just give a plugin away to everybody that follows me. So yeah, be sure to check that out down below, and let's get into how I make some money. Let's do it. All right, I want to start off by saying this. There are lots of ways to make money as a producer. How I do it might be completely different than how somebody else does it. I'm going to walk through how I do it because that's what I know best. I also got to get this out of the way. It is not oversaturated to become a music producer. Just because there's a lot of producers doesn't mean you can't find ways to stand out as a producer, make money as a producer, and ultimately build your career as a producer. So let's start with the first overarching big thing of any business, which is how I treat music production as creating a business: brand and credibility. Brand is the basis of every company ever. You talk about Nike, Apple, Windows, all the biggest companies in the world. Their brands all symbolize something. Brand is what people see. Brand is what people feel. Brand is what people think of when they see your company or your business or they hear your music. That's what brand is. Everything you do can affect your brand. I'm talking about the colors you use in your videos. I'm talking about the content you make. I'm talking about the text you use, the kind of music you make, how you dress, how you act. Are you positive? Are you negative? Everything you do can affect your brand in a positive way and also a negative way. If you say the wrong thing or do something bad, that's obviously going to affect your brand very negatively, and that all affects how your business is run and how successful your business is as well. When I first created Beautiful Beats on Instagram and now on YouTube, I always knew I wanted things to look appealing, right? Beautiful. What does that mean? Okay, I like certain colors, I like certain fonts. Like I said, I knew I wanted my music to be pretty melodic, chill, maybe even sad sometimes, all kind of build this world around what is Beautiful Beats. And then that standard is always upheld through my content, like tutorials, whether it's motivational videos, anything I post anywhere is always going to have that same feeling, which over time, as you are consistent with your brand, you build up what is called credibility. What is credibility? It is trust. It is connection with your audience, right? People see you often, they know what you do, they like your stuff, you are credible to them, they trust you. That's huge, right? That is a big part of being able to make money, especially on the internet. If nobody trusts you, no one is going to buy anything from you, right? They see that you make good stuff. All of that is super important when it comes to being credible. It's like when you go buy shoes from anywhere, let's say Nike. So when you buy shoes from Nike, you see the commercials and they're like, oh, these shoes are fast and we're tough and we want what's best for athlete. And then they maybe show your favorite athlete wearing the shoes. They have not only built up a connection with you, you probably trust them because your favorite athlete is wearing them, and now you are inclined to buy them. Someone didn't just show up your door and say, hey, go buy these shoes, right? That's completely different than everything Nike puts you through then to get you to buy the shoes. So that's a part of credibility as well. The second overarching big point I want to make is having multiple streams of revenue. I'll break down all my streams of revenue, but this is huge. Like, this is why I'm able to be a full-time producer, because I have all these different things bringing in money. With only one of them, I probably would not be able to be a full-time producer. So I want to break all these down. So first up, obviously I'm a content creator. I post a lot on Instagram. I post every day on Instagram. I post once a week on YouTube. Okay, well, with that comes a lot of opportunities, right? I get a lot of brand deals, a lot of sponsorships, companies paying me to put their products in my videos. That currently is probably my biggest stream of revenue. It does very, very well for me. It is amazing. That's the best for me so far. That's my bread and butter. That's what I'm best at. That's what makes me the most money. Number two, we got sample packs. I like making melodies. I'm pretty good at making melodies. I give away a bunch of free samples as well, along with sample packs. So with free samples, I'm building up some credibility. You don't have to give free samples. Some people just make sample packs and maybe their samples are so great that makes people buy them. So I like sample packs. I think sample packs are great. That's another stream of revenue. YouTube and Instagram revenue, I just get paid for my views on both platforms. That's very nice. All the views that I get, I'll get paid for. Once again, YouTube monetization does take time. Instagram Reels monetization, I'm not sure what the threshold is for that, but those are two other things that I do that also make me money. Notice how I didn't just go straight into being like, yeah, I just sell hundreds of thousands of dollars in beats every year. Guys, you gotta sometimes step away from only trying to sell beats. It's super hard to become just a beat seller. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible. There's people that do a great job at it. For me though, I was like, let me try to do a bunch of different things and still sell beats. So notice how like I wasn't just like, all I do is sell beats. I think that's a common misconception of people are just like, oh, producers sell beats and that's it. That is not the case, for me at least. My next one is putting like beats and songs, working with artists, co-releasing with artists, and building up like my Spotify and putting music on streaming platforms. To me, this is the most exciting form of revenue, because once your song is out there and it is making you money, it'll make you money probably until the day you die, as long as Spotify keeps pushing it and as long as people keep listening to it. I think that is an unbelievable way to make money and continue to make money over time. Also, I'm a huge advocate for being your own artist as a producer. You can put out your own beats on Spotify, and when you release with artists, like I always co-release. I always have my name, Beautiful Beats, in the artist name, so it's on both of our Spotifys. Like, why would you not build up your Spotify as a producer and get credit and get royalties and get percentages of songs? That's huge, dude. Like, every artist you work with, you should try to co-release with them so you guys can both grow together. Obviously, if you're like working with Drake, you might not get that opportunity to co-release, but still, you should always push for that. But if you have a big enough brand as a producer, it would probably make sense for the artist to co-release with you. Like, if you're a producer and you might even be bigger than the artist, it just would make sense for the artist to co-release. Like, that is way better, right? Also, if you have your own brand as a producer and you're already a huge big time producer, it might make a lot of sense for the artist to co-release with you so they get more notoriety, more streams, all that stuff. So it's very, very big to grow your brand, grow everywhere on social media, grow your Spotify, so you have that leverage to when you release, artists will want to release with you and not take percentages from you and put it out on their own. Next up, we have selling beats and custom beats. Like I said, I don't sell a ton of beats. I sell some beats, but usually I'll just like put beats out, and honestly, I sell a lot of my beats just through DMs. People would just DM me and be like, hey, I want to buy this. Okay, here it is. I'm just started actually a couple months ago building my own beat YouTube channel. You can subscribe down to that below. But yeah, I just kind of got into the whole like selling beats game. I would say custom beats are probably more of where I make more money from. People hitting me up and being like, hey, I want something custom made. I want something like this. And then I can kind of charge accordingly if they want, you know, more work done or less work done. I can kind of leverage that and charge what I think is necessary. And lastly, I do have merch. I don't promote my merch a ton. It's just a hoodie that says beautiful on it, but it is there. Some people buy them sometimes, so have merch, why not? Okay, now the helpful tools that I use to do all of this stuff that I just did. So brand deals all comes from social media, right? I try to be on every social media platform and put out content everywhere. For my sample packs and merch store, I actually use Shopify. You can visit that link down below, beautifulbeats.shop. It's just very nice. Shopify makes it easy. This is not an ad, by the way. I think there's actually a 14-day free trial for Shopify if you just want to try it out, maybe build your own sample pack store, see how it goes. But then after that, it is a monthly subscription, but you got to spend a little money to make a little money sometimes, but I highly recommend using Shopify. And like I said, I put music on streaming platforms. I use DistroKid. It's very, very cheap, and then it literally can make you money for a very long time. It's like a small fee for unlimited amount of uploads on all streaming platforms. I use DistroKid to put my music out. To sell beats, like I said, I do have BeatStars. BeatStars is great. It gives you a clean looking, you know, beat store, and you can send people there, but I really sell a lot of beats just through DMs. People DMing me and being like, hey, I want this beat. So that just goes back to be everywhere on social media. This last thing is very important. I know it can be very hard sometimes to see somebody, maybe like me or anybody, being like, oh, I make money in all of these different ways, and you just want it right now. I understand how that feels. I used to be the same person that would watch videos of people making all this crazy money selling beats or whatever. I was like, I want to do that. How do I do that really right now? How do I get right to that? I've been doing this for 5.5 years, okay? I just graduated college about 1.5 years ago. I worked on building my brand while I was in college and was able to become a full-time producer when I got out of college. Now, only in the last half of this year have I really started to see like a lot of good money coming in. So what I'm trying to say is, it takes patience. There was times when I was like, I'm never going to be able to sell beats or make enough money from my music. This is just so hard. How do people even do anything? I remember selling my first beat for $5 and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. It takes time, it takes consistency. It took months, years of consistently posting content. It doesn't happen overnight. Focus on the long term. I know that's super cliche, but if you want everything like tomorrow, it's going to be super discouraging when you don't get it that fast. Things take time. I'm still trying to be more patient and wait, put the work in. Stuff will come, results will come. I always just said I want to put my head down and work, and the money will come. So hopefully this video helped. I tried to break everything down. Be sure to go buy my course for $3,000. I'm kidding. I don't have a course. You guys know I give everything away for free. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.